This is not my regular type of video. So this video is obviously done impromptu. All right. And I want to quickly say a thing or two about this saga between the Ooni of Ife and His Royal Majesty Alafi of Oyo, Kabiyesi. You know, since all of this started, I decided not to say anything because, first of all, I do not consider it as my problem, not directly. Though indirectly it concerns me as an Edo person and a honest historian. So the fact that this is a great distortion of history concerns me somehow, but I decided not to talk. And the reason being that, you see, we have been out here trying to say the truth, trying to expose Ile-Ife, trying to expose the lies upon which Ile-Ife was founded, and try to expose the truth about the position of the Ooni. And this has earned us very bad names. They have labeled us very bad names. Some Yoruba people come to our comment section, they even come to our inbox. Yoruba people, most of whom, of course, are Ife-centrics, and while others are just general Yoruba people, some of whom might even be from Oyo. They come and say, why do you hate Yoruba people? For the record, I don't have any problem with Yoruba people. I don't hate Yoruba people. Come to even think of it, the Yoruba that I know, the original Yoruba, real Yoruba, are the Oyo people. And Oyo people are my brother. I see them as my brothers. The kingdom was founded by Oromiyan, whom we know as Edo people, as Omononya, the son of Ekaladeran, our son, who in turn was the son of our last Ogiso. All right. So I do not have a problem with Yoruba people. The people that I have a problem with are these Ife-centric elements who are trying to distort history by every means. Go and look online. Go and check Wikipedia and see what these people have done. They are trying to write themselves into other people's history of greatness. These are the people we are trying to expose here. So we do not have any problem with Yoruba people. Then secondly, a disclaimer. I'm not here. I will try not to disrespect the Ooni of Ife. Though my sir, with all due disrespect, you deserve some disrespect. To be honest, don't take this as disrespect, but you really deserve some disrespect. Because you have been doing too much, sir. You have been doing way too much. You come on social media, you go everywhere, you distort people's history with impunity. You distort people's history, even the world history. You distort people's history with impunity. Nobody asks questions because you are the Ooni of Ife. Now, aside doing this, you also gather some urchins and sponsor them. Allegedly, sponsor them to distort other people's history. I could say this because I've seen you giving some of these people award. That is some sign of encouragement. But that aside, I have been mute about this until this morning. I came across this video. You know, the problem these people have, these Yoruba people, even the other people, I do not want to mention their name, is because the problem they have is that the elders who are supposed to tell the truth, most of the elders, they don't say the truth. So just please listen to or see this video that I saw this morning.
The truth is, whether the Oyo people accept it or not, a son cannot be bigger than his father, not to talk of his grandfather.
Okay.
The claim that Oyo was an empire, that empire was destroyed since 1790. The Fulani warriors destroyed that Oyo empire in 1790. And Oyo became wanderers with no homeland until they got to Agoja. And the Ashipa gave them land to dwell in and cultivate. As at that time, the military prowess that they had been transferred to Ibadan. Ibadan became the warlord, to the extent that Ibadan, at a time, determined who was going to be the Alafi for you. So, if you are claiming that military prowess that time, it is actually Ibadan that's supposed to be claiming that right now. So, the power that Alafi is claiming now, that power is gone since 1790,
so
over 200 years ago.
Is supposed to be the supreme.
Oni is the supreme traditional ruler in Yoruba land.
You heard that clown. I don't know who he is. I don't care. I think he was introduced as a professor. I watched the full interview. But if you see the full interview as I did, you will agree with me that that man is a licensed fool. You know, this is how they get you. This is how they get you. They say that the Ooni of Ife is your father. Why? Because they made you believe that you came, all of you came from Ile-Ife. So we have all of you. This affects us as a people too, as Edo people. The British did all of this, all right? They created Ile-Ife as a duplicate of the original Ife. The original Ife, which the Edo people know as Uhe, in the Niger-Benue confluence. Around the Niger-Benue confluence. In today or present-day Kogi state. That is the original Ife. They made a duplicate here and called this one Ile-Ife. And put Ooni there. Whereas in the original Ife, there is Onu. So they told you that this is where you come from. Ile-Ife. So, because you believe that you came from this Ile-Ife that was not even in existence when your kingdom was founded, you now see the Ooni of Ife as your father. So this is the trick they use on you. You heard that man there just now. He said, how can a son be bigger than the father? Since when did the Ooni of Ife become anybody's father? No, Papa. And this is not just peculiar to only Oyo. Even our own people who don't know. Which is why we're trying to tell you the truth. Since when did the Ooni of Ife become anybody's father? But they can say this because they made you believe that you came from Ile-Ife. Now, let's analyze what this man said. This man somehow said or touched on the history of Oyo and also on the history of Ibadan, right? So he said he agrees that Oyo was once an empire and it was very powerful. We have that agreement. But he said in the 18th century that power, that might passed from Oyo to Ibadan. And he said the people of Oyo, they were wondering as if they were like 100 people. The power passed from Oyo to Ibadan. Great, no problem. I don't want to argue with you. Now you have said something relating to the history of Oyo and Ibadan, but something you failed to do. Being a defendant of the Ile-Ife. How come you did not say anything about Ile-Ife? You did not touch on the history of Ile-Ife. So, Oyo was a great empire, and Ibadan was also powerful at some point. Where was Ile-Ife at this time, sir? Was Ile-Ife in existence? If you say yes, please show us evidence. If it was in existence and it was as relevant, as powerful as you all claim, please show us evidence. They don't exist. They don't exist. And the man even openly said a lie that Ibadan was choosing the Alafi of Oyo. It is not on record, sir. It is not written anywhere. None that I know of. You can also your urchins, this is eccentric, they can come and show us. Because the record that we have say otherwise. That Ibadan, they at some point, I think in the 20th century, in the 18th century here, 19th century, they imposed an Ooni on the people of Ile-Ife. And the reason they did that is because they wanted the Ooni to act freely, to have the backing of Ibadan, because Ooni was powerless. Ooni was powerless. You know, when the British did this thing, it took them a lot. It took them a lot to try to impose this on everybody. Starting from the people of Ife, the original people of Ile-Ife, they rejected it. They rejected this position of Ooni. They fought. It is on record that Ile-Ife was governed by 4 sets of chiefs, the Mowa and the rest. I don't remember their names. 4 sets of chiefs. Even when the British imposed this Ooni on them, after they accepted, the Ooni was just like an action figure.
Ifa Uriawu, and they now came up with a crown from Oduduwa, and they now took it to Kemet, and from Kemet they took it to Egypt, and that's how pharaohs in Egypt emerged. So it's called Ifarawo. The crown that they took from Ife is Ifarawo. Now the kings of Egypt, they're called pharaohs.